Hello and welcome to another episode of Pappy's Dirty Kitchen. Yeah, I'm doing my bean recipe. I don't know how this is going to go. It's probably going to take a while. If you got some time, it's a pretty simple recipe, but I'm not prepared for this. And yeah, gotta grab my cutting board and my Sankuto knife. Alright, so let's do this. Hello, how you doing? Uh, I've got 2 pounds of navy beans here. You can use whatever beans you like, friggin'. I've never used navy beans. I usually use white northern. But I'm not going to be able to open that up like that. Alright, so let's use the knife. And hopefully don't spill it everywhere. Come on, guys. Come on, beans. Work with me. Use the knife. There we go. Alright, put your 2 pounds of whatever beans you want in a groovy crock pot. This crock pot is wicked groovy. Alright, so we got the 2 pounds of beans, navy beans, white northern, Jacob's cattle, friggin' yellow eye, you know. Pretty much they'll all work with this recipe. Alright, so we got that going on. Now we need an onion. Where are my onions? I just went grocery shopping today to do this recipe, sort of. Alright. So you want to check out the onion. Not that big, sweet onion. You know? 2 pounds of friggin' beans. Dry beans. And put an onion in there, man. Let's do this. Let's friggin' do this. That really should be the motto. Let's friggin' do this. Alright. So, yeah. I'm peeling off some of this onion and everything, or whatever. Yeah. We're just calling it good. Alright. So let's dice some onion. Or chop. Some onion here. And put the onion in here with the dried beans. Put the onion in here with the dried beans. One whole onion, man, for 2 pounds. There we go. We get half of it done. There we go. Alright. How y'all doing? I hope you're doing groovy. This is the time of year to do beans. I mean, yeah, they do them during the summer, but, you know, do some beans and hot dogs, man. This time of year, man. It's starting to get chilly in Maine, man. Alright, so we got our onion. Sort of chopped. Not really diced, but chopped. Throw that onion in there. Alright. Get that onion in there. Alright, we got the onion. Now the hard part. No, it's always the hard part for me. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I remember it's in here. The salt pork. And this really isn't that groovy. It's Hormel. It's Hormel salt pork. It's not really salty. So, if you're a salt fanatic and you do this bean recipe, you definitely, oh, why isn't this coming out? If you do this recipe, you may want to add more salt. But the way I look at it is, anybody that eats any of my food, if you want salt or pepper, it's on the table. You know, if you really need it. Alright, this is a weird friggin' piece of salt pork. Oh, it's 2 pieces. Yeah, that's weird. And it's not very salty. I don't feel any salt. Back in the day, or whatever, when I started doing this recipe, friggin', there was, I'm gonna do it this way. Cross lengthwise. Start chopping this up, but, you could get some salt pork that actually had, like, kosher salt soaked all over it and everything. But this Hormel's in the brine, and it's not really that salty. It's still a good salt pork, don't get me wrong, but it's not that salty. But I don't add any salt to the recipe, you know. But yeah, just slice this up lengthwise and cube it up or whatever. Small pieces. Good sharp knife helps. I probably should have sharpened this a little bit more because it seems to be working against me a little bit. Oh, the dogs are so waiting. So waiting. Still waiting. Talking heads. I hope I don't get copyright infringement for just singing that. Alright. So, let's chop this up, man. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. And it came in 2 pieces. You want a package, or about a pound. About a pound of salt pork. Alright, so, yeah. This is pretty much fat. I don't know why they did this and put it 2 pieces in 1 package instead of just a piece of salt pork. Must be COVID. Alright. And cutting through that fat layer, man, is always tough. But you want to cube this all up, man. So we got the onion in there. We got the 2 pounds of friggin' beans, dried beans. You don't have to soak them with this recipe, but it takes time and concern. Yeah, I definitely should have sharpened up this knife. If you've ever dealt with salt pork, you need a really sharp knife. Alright. I'm almost thinking I'm going to sharpen this up while I'm dealing with this, because it's not that groovy. I don't know. Almost done with slicing lengthwise. Lengthwise. There we go. Alright. Now cube that. Cube it. Cubing. How y'all doing? Have you checked out my Pappy Kringle episodes? Is it too early? Some people say it's way too early to talk about Christmas. I don't know what's going on with me, but Christmas is groovy, and it should be every day. You know, a celebration of friggin' Christmas or whatever. Well, that's a big piece. I didn't quite slice that. All right. Still slicing. Still slicing. Cut that in half. Still slicing. Still slicing. David Byrne from Talking Heads is really groovy. Alright. Oh, my hand's starting to hurt from grabbing this friggin' knife and cutting through this friggin' fat. Alright, slice that up a little bit one more time. There we go. So we got the salt pork. Throw the salt pork in there, man. Yeah. Yeah, throw the salt pork in there, man. Now, we're gonna grab some bacon. Use any bacon you want. But I really prefer the, right now, the Applewood. And it's not friggin' cheap. This was $8.27, man. $8.27. It's not cheap. But, get your bacon out. Get your bacon out and friggin' a pound of bacon. 2 pounds of beans, about a half pound or a pound of friggin' salt pork or whatever the package. Use the whole package, I do. You know? And we got our bacon here. Alright, let's cut it in half. Alright, then cut down. Shave down. And then sort of cube that, man. Yeah. A lot of love, man. A lot of love. Alright, we got that part of it friggin' done. Alright. Cutting up the other half of this friggin' pound of bacon, Applewood. But yeah, use any bacon you got. If you got homemade bacon, fucking right on. Pardon my French. Alright. Is this on cable? Could I just say fucking? Because this is fucking awesome. Pardon my French. Alright. Keep this up. Yeah. Yeah. Almost done with the bacon. Oh, that just spilled over kind of halfway. Cut that in half. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. If you can't tell, I'm loving this. You know? There's your bacon, man. Throw your freaking bacon in there, man. Yeah. Alright, so you got your bacon and your salt pork and onion and beans in there. Alright, I'm going to wash my hands. Or rinse them or wash them. They're kind of greasy, so I'm going to wash them. But yeah, we've got our 2 pounds of friggin' beans, dry beans, and a onion, and 2 pounds of pork. One pretty much being salt pork, and the other being bacon, groovy bacon, smoked bacon. All right, we got that in there. Now we want to add 2 tablespoons of dry mustard. So, yeah. There's, oh, fuck it. Put it all in there. Yeah, goodbye. Need to buy more mustard. 2 tablespoons of dry mustard. And then we need a half a jar, or a half a cup. Where is it? Where is it? I went shopping today. Where is it? That's not it. That's not it either. Did I already put it away? Did I already put it away? I think I already put it away. Maybe not. No. I'm looking for my molasses. Anybody seen molasses? Molasses, man. What happened to it? Oh, there it is. Ugh. Alright. And Grandma's molasses. Grandma's molasses are awesome. Half a cup or half a jar, man. So pour the Grandma's molasses in there, man. About a half a jar. Or about a half a cup. Where are we at? A little bit more. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Everything's dripping everywhere. Molasses. Yeah. Alright, Grandma's molasses. A half a cup. Or half a jar of Grandma's molasses. And then we need a half a cup of brown sugar. We'll see if I can get this done. We need a half a cup of brown sugar. There's pretty much a half a cup. Alright, so we got a half a cup of molasses and a half a cup of brown sugar. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. You can either use real maple syrup, which I have some from right here in Richmond, Maine, or you can use Mrs. Buttersworth, or whatever, friggin', pretty much. And you pretty much add a quarter cup to a half a cup of that. Hold on, let me do that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the last. This is pretty much the last of my maple syrup that I bought. Alright. Put in about a quarter cup, half a cup, quarter cup. Do I pour it all in? No, I'm not. It'll make it too sweet. So there's a little bit left, enough for a waffle or something. Alright, so we got the maple syrup, brown sugar, and molasses in there, and the mustard. And that's pretty much it, folks. And if you like more salt, like I said, do it later on when you're eating it. You know? And like I said, the old salt pork I used to get friggin' had more salt. But yeah, you fill it up. You fill up your crock pot, man, with warm water. As I fill. Alright, I think that's groovy. You don't want it completely to the top, but you want it pretty close. Because it's going to go down. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. I don't know what this is. I think it's an 8-quart. An 8-quart, and I get it backwards. I can't see the dials. But it's an 8-quart, I think. Smart pot. Revol. Smart pot. And we're going to put that puppy on high for 4 hours. On high for 4 hours. Yeah. And if you like pepper or whatever, you could add pepper to this. I don't, because I can't eat pepper. But I love it, but I can't eat it. So you can put pepper in there if you like pepper, but don't add too much, because Dad always said sometimes people understood when he did his recipe and he accidentally put too much pepper in. And they dug them, but they didn't really dig them. But anywho's, cook time. High for 4 hours. There we go. So anyway, you cook it on high for 4 hours. And then you put it on low for 10 hours. 10 hours. And you might want to check it for moisture. You might have to add a little bit more water, but I don't think so. I think if you fill it up to the top with this 8-quart or whatever it is, friggin' crock pot, you can not have to worry. You just set it and forget it. But you have to set it again after the 4 hours. And it's like, what? 10 o'clock. So, basically 2 o'clock in the morning, I have to turn this over to 10 hours. And then it should be ready about tomorrow afternoon or whatever. And perfect for an evening meal of hot dogs, red hot dogs, man. But anyway, that's my bean recipe, and I hope you dug it. Pappy's Dirty Kitchen. Yeah.